guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Fanta. I'm back at it again with another video of 2023. Yes, and I do lifestyle and challenges, so if you're interested in videos like this, please don't forget to subscribe, and many more to come, inshallah. I am gonna be dropping like videos Monday, Wednesday or something like that, but twice every week, inshallah. So if you're interested, don't forget to subscribe. So today's video, as you can tell by the title, is my labor and delivery story. You know, I have the mom brain right now, but yeah, my labor and delivery story. So this is gonna be the one. You might hear my little boy over there, but oh well, it is what it is. So yeah, so I'm gonna start from, I'm gonna get this video as short as I can, basically, because I don't want to make it long. So basically this is what happened. So now it was a what day? I have no idea what day it was, but it was the 7th of March basically, and it was in the morning. I remember, I think I dropped my daughter to nursery. My daughter was not here, if I remember correctly. But yeah, something like that basically. Drop her to nursery, and then I was home chilling. But then like I was 38 week pregnant and 1 day. 38 weeks, 1 day pregnant. I was just chilling, like sleeping like I normally would after dropping her to nursery, and I was just sleeping. And as normal, I was like having these Brexit hit that I was having, and a breast contraction or Brexit, whatever you want to call them. I was having them, but it was really bad, and I thought that it was actual really contraction. But I speak to the midwife and I call in triage, and it was like, no, it sounds like Brexit hit, so it's nothing, you know, important. It's nothing like to worry about. Basically, it's normal, just your body getting ready for labor, this and that. You're at that stage. I'm like, okay, but it's really painful. If I have to rate it, it's about like, what, 9 out of 10 or sometimes 10 out of 10. That's how bad it was. This one was like, I was like, the only difference between this and real contraction is like they are far apart. Like, you know, it will come like every 30 minutes, every 1 hour. So I was really far apart. And normal contraction will be like, oh, every 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or maybe 5 minutes. That's it, and that's like a normal contraction weight. But it was nothing like that at all. So basically, like when I'm sleeping, I'll have this contraction, like it will wake me up from sleep. That's how bad it was. Like literally, it was so bad. And then like even when I'm walking, if it happened, I have to stop and breathe through it. Yes, it was not normal. I was like, okay, I never felt this with my daughter. I never felt on a Brexit hit with my daughter, so I don't know how it feel. I don't know if it's like really it or is the actual contraction. So I was like, okay then. So I was really like confused, even though they told me that it was Brexit hit, but I still was like, I'm not sure. This is too painful. Is it supposed to be this painful? But the triage lady go like, yes, it's quite painful. So I was like, okay then. Anyway, so I was just sleeping, and then this pain started again. I woke up, and I was like, nah, this is not normal. It was happening during the night, and now it's happening again. And this time it's happening more frequent than it did before. Like this pain has been going on for like what? I had this pain for like what, a month. I had been going through this pain for like a month or so. So I was like, this time is different. This time is like a little bit more frequent, even though there's not as frequent as a normal contraction is, but it was more. So I was like, okay then, so now what? So I was like, let me go check in. Let it just check, okay? I don't know. I want to be on the safe side. I'm one of those people, right? When I'm pregnant, I am like so damn careful. I'm probably too careful. Like literally, I'm so scared because I don't want anything to go wrong. You don't want to be pregnant for that long and then something go wrong. I mean, if it happened, it happened. But most of the time, you don't want it as a mother. You literally do not want it. So this is what happened basically. So I was really careful. So I called into triage. I went in. They checked me. I waited. Actually, it wasn't actually busy, you know, on that day. Went in, I got checked, everything was all right, baby was good. They put me on the monitor. You know that monitor they put you on to check the baby, you know, heart rate, not heart rate, but baby like movements and stuff. Yes, that's what they did, and everything was good with baby. So they sent me home. I was like, okay, cool. At least everything's all right. At least now I can breathe in it. I know that everything's good. Alhamdulillah. So if you ever worried about your child and you're pregnant, go in. Don't sit down and be like, oh my God, is everything all right? Da, da, da. You ain't gonna know if everything is all right unless you go in and check you. So go in, don't risk it. Like, it's better to be like sorry than too late in it, I guess. I don't know. So you rather go in and get checked, and then they send you home and be like everything's all right. You come home and you know that everything's all right. Then you don't go in and something's actually going wrong and it get too late. That's the way I see it, basically. So I went in, they checked him, sent me home. I came home. I was like, okay then. I came home around about what, 4 something, and I was really hungry. I'm not gonna lie. I was really hungry, but I was also really sleepy as well, and I had acid reflux. So it was like, if I eat, then I won't be able to go to sleep right away because like I have to wait for me to digest, and digesting would take forever. So I was like, well, I'm way too sleepy, so I might as well just go to bed. So when I go to bed, when I wake up after praying Maghrib, then I can like then I can eat, basically. So that was the goal. So after I decided to go to bed, so I went to bed. I woke up around about 6 o'clock. A little bit before 6, basically, like maybe like 5:45-ish. That's when I woke up. I set my alarm up. I woke up to pray Maghrib. Went in the bathroom to, you know, take my wudu and all that. And then, like, I used the toilet, empty my bladder, fully empty my bladder. I remember I fully emptied my bladder. I remember I was even sitting out on there for a pretty while thinking. I don't know what I was thinking about, but I was there for a while. And then I got up. And then I stand just when I was about to start taking my wudu. And then there's a drippage. There's something dripping. I'm like, okay. Then my eyes is rolling back and forward. I'm like thinking to myself, like, I'm pretty sure I have peed. I'm pretty sure I have peed, and I'm pretty sure I do not need to pee either. So what is this? What's going on? And then it's like, okay. And it's still coming. And I'm like, okay, you probably need to pee, so just pee and clean yourself. So I was like, just pee and clean yourself. So then like, bruh, it's still coming. I'm like, this is not pee. I have emptied my bladder completely, and I'm 100% sure I have. So what's going on? And by the way, I've already been to triage about my water broken like 2 times already. So I did not want it to go with a false alarm again. So basically, yeah. So this is why I was like, you know, double guessing. I was like wondering if it's really my water or I'm just peeing on myself. So anyway, so I was there for like 2 minutes, still going through that. And then I decided to call my husband in. So I call him in, and he comes, and I'm like, I'm not sure, but I think I'm peeing on myself, or it's my water. And then he go like, oh, if it's your water, if you think it's your water, then we have to go to the hospital. I was like, no, I don't want to go to the hospital. I want to make sure that it actually is what it is. Like, you know, I don't want to go into with another false alarm. It make me sound like a liar, and I don't want to look like that in it. That's how I feel like. I felt like, you know, it make me feel like I was making excuses basically to go to the hospital or something like that, and I was wasting people's time and lying. But never feel like that. Literally, never feel like that. I know it's completely normal for us humans to, you know, think like that basically, but do not. It's their job, and they're there to help you. They're there to check you basically. So if you need to be checked, go in. So that's the way I felt. So he came in, he's like, we gotta go. And I'm like, no, let me be double sure. Let me double check first. Let me be sure, like 100% or at least more sure that it is my water. And then he looked on the floor. He's like, that is definitely your water. You know, that is definitely your water. That's too much. That's too much. And I was still leaking as well. I was like, yeah, right? And it's clear as well, right? And it's like, yeah, your pee is supposed to be yellow. I was like, yeah, it is clear. I was thinking maybe it's on the floor, so I can't see the color properly, because our floor is a little bit like, well, sorry. this little young man decided to cry. He wanted to join in. He said, you can't be telling my story without me. I have to be here, right? Okay, so where was I? So yeah, my water broke. And then, yeah, my husband was like, it's definitely your water. I was like, yep, it is. Checked. And we're still leaking. I was like, I'm going to pour some pad on. Did pour some pad on. By the way, itself, with my daughter, I felt like everything came at once. It was like, oh gosh, like, like you see in the movies pretty much. It was like that. But with this one, it was like coming little by little kind of thing. But it was still a lot. But it wasn't all at once. It was different, basically. So, like, yeah, put my pad on. Pad did not help, by the way. So, it's like, because the water is too much for the pad to handle, I guess. Even though I put 2 layers on. But even at that, it still was, like, different, basically. It wasn't helping. So, I put it on. Then I come out, got dressed. Told my husband to get my daughter dressed. She came from nursery already. So, she already had a nap and everything as well. So, she woken up. And then he got her ready. I got myself ready. He got himself ready. And then I called my brother. I asked him where he was. Because I was like, okay, then I'm going to go a little bit backward now. Like on the 7th of March, like a week before, during the weekend. The 7th of March will be like on a Tuesday. Yes, it was on Tuesday. Hi guys, I'm back. The camera, you know, my phone space ran out, so I had to change the phone to my husband's phone. So now where was I? Yeah, I called my brother and he told me that he wasn't that far away from my house. He was like 15-20 minutes away. So I was like, okay then, cool. I was like, we're getting ready anyway, so we'll meet you downstairs. So we got ready, waiting for him for like 1-2 minutes, and then he came, picked my daughter up. We head to the hospital. Now we head to the hospital. Literally, my water is like literally coming so much. I'm like, oh my God, this is a lot. Every step I take, I can literally see it behind me. I'm like, oh shit, this is embarrassing. Embarrassment 101, literally. But then I was like to myself, like, yo, these are used to this. It's a women's hospital. They probably have seen a lot of this. So it's all right. It's all right. So we went inside to the, we went to triage basically, you know, sign in and everything. And then she's like, okay, nurse will be here to see you. And the nurse came, she took us in and we went inside. And yeah, I basically told them that I just recently found out that baby's bridge during the weekend. And then the doctor was like, okay, then we will just check if the baby's still bridge or not. So now we go in, they check us, do the scan, he was still bridge. So he's like, okay, then he's like, well, your water is broken. The only option is like, he actually asked me, what do you want to do then? I was like, well, I think I'm going to go for a C-section. He was like, okay, then good. Because we can't really turn the baby when the water is broken. I was like, okay, cool. I wasn't planning for that. Anyway, so in my head, I said so. And then, yeah, and then we, they put a caterpillar in me, or whatever. I don't know if I'm saying the name right. But the thing that they put inside you so they can put drip in, they put that inside of me, in me basically. And apparently I was bleeding a lot because the lady that was doing it, I don't know how she did it, but she was doing something wrong basically. And I was feeling so much pain, but because I'm scared of needles, I wasn't looking, but my husband was looking. Later on, he told me that I was bleeding a lot. Like there was blood everywhere, even on the floor. I was like, well, I did not see that. I mean, when she finished, I saw blood on me, but I thought that was normal, obviously, because there was a needle going in me. So anyway, so that was done. I was in so much pain. That was done. And then there was different nurses and doctors coming in doing their part, like doing whatever they got to do, checking and everything. And then the same lady come in and then read out the contract, basically. That's what it is, because you have to sign it. So yeah, she read out things like the risks and what could go wrong and everything in the C-section. And as she was reading that out loud, yo, I was panicking inside. I was wondering, oh my God, C-section is a big deal. It's no joke, you know, like it's not like, yo, I don't know. It's like when my daughter, I don't remember them reading out these things to me. I don't remember these risks and stuff like that. So as she was reading that to me, I panicked. I was like for example, when she said that, oh, if you get like internal bleeding, that we can't stop, we'll try to stop it, but if we can't, we're gonna have to take your womb out. I was like, hey? Take who womb out? You're mad. Like, I'm only 22. yes, I have 2 kids, alhamdulillah. Well, I was gonna have 2 kids, alhamdulillah. And you know, I don't know if I want to have another one or if we're gonna be having another one or not. But yeah, that sounds scary to me. It was like, yo, C-section is a big deal. So I was panicking inside, and she was reading that. I was looking at my slipper, I was looking at the door, and I was looking at her. And in my head, I'm like, get up, put that slipper on, and get out. Never return back again. Like, I don't know how I was going to get him out, but at that moment, I was like, I want to leave this place. Like, this is too much. I'm getting myself into some big ass shit right now. This is no joke. This is not like, oh, get your stomach cut and get out. No, this is big ass risks. It's not a little thing. And when people think about C-section, they're probably thinking like, just your stomach cut, baby out. Honey, there's more to it than that. Like, the recovery is hard. They're like, the C-section itself, if it's something to go wrong, God forbid, it is a risk. It can be a risk to you and the baby. It's just like natural birth. Like, if something go wrong, it can be a risk to you or the baby too, or both of you. It's the same. So yeah. So basically, I don't know what hold me back from leaving the hospital, but trust me, I really wanted to leave. But anyway, I don't know what hold me back. Allah probably did. I don't know, but I just said Allah. Because girl, I really wanted to leave. Seriously, I was panicking. And then finally I signed it. I signed the contract, and then they got us ready. They brought my husband what's it called, scarf or something like that, right? Do you know the clothes that they wear? Yeah, they bought him that. He got changed into it. They took us to the theater, and he had to wait outside, and then they have to get my spinal epidural done. And please tell me why I could not like bend my back to like get the thing in. Like, she was saying that like, oh, bend your back and, you know, like hunch kind of thing. And I could not do it. Instead, I was poking my chest out. And for whatever reason, I don't know what. I don't know if it's the way I was sitting down or whatever is it, but I don't know. But anyway, so she finally gave me a tip, and I did that, and it works after a couple of minutes of me trying, literally. So it worked, and then they got me in. They got me on I was already on the bed, right? Was I? Yes, I was on the bed. So they just got me to lie down quickly. And I lied down. My husband came in, Ahmed. So he came in, and yeah. And then they got the C-section started. Nah, it wasn't fun. But anyway, they got the C-section started. I was numbed from under my boobs downward. I was numbed. I could not feel anything. I could not move my leg. Yeah, literally, pretty much it was dead. So basically, yeah, so it works. And then I feel sick. Apparently that's a sign to say that the drug is working. It's doing what it's supposed to do. And then my husband was there with me. He was like keeping me company. He was distracting me. Everything was perfectly well, alhamdulillah. With my daughter, I did not have this opportunity. I didn't have this chance because it was during COVID and there was nobody with me. I was all by myself. So I was all by myself, so it was really hard. So this time I had my husband with me, basically supporting me. And finally he came out, and when he came out, they're like, you know, bring him to my husband. My husband hold him, and I'm like, I want to hold him too. They give him to me, and we hold him. We took some pictures, and then they took him away with my husband, and then they stitched me up, and I could feel that pulling and tucking in. But there was no pain at all whatsoever. So after that, basically, they took me to them. And then we did skin to skin. I did skin to skin with him. And yeah, and that was it basically. And my husband could not sleep over. It was nighttime. My husband could not sleep over. He has to go home. And I was there by myself. And the hardest thing with the C-section is that when your baby's crying, you can't look after him or her because you can't move. So each time he cries, I have to buzz the thing for there to come and help me look after him, feed him and stuff like that, because I can't do it. So that was really hard because sometimes they would take time because obviously they're busy with other people before they come to me. And that was hard. And by the way, do you know when the drug is leaving your body, the spinal epidural, when it's leaving your body, that shit is itchy. It's mad as itchy, yo. It was like, it's really, really itchy, okay? So your whole body is just like, you're just scratching your whole body. And even if you have your bath, it's still itchy. It just the effect, basically. That's what happens. Guys, my baby's crying. I'm gonna cut this short. That was it, basically. Nothing much. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. I will be posting 2 times a week.